welcome. I'm Mr. Penn. I'm your art teacher. And before we do anything in art, I have to talk to you guys about the rules to make sure you're safe, and more importantly, make sure I'm safe. I've taught art for more than 20 years in public schools, and I know that the first day of class is always dedicated to going over the rules. And in the art room, it's no different. The rules are different, but you know what I mean. I spent the first 20 years of my career teaching elementary school. And when I taught elementary school, I had the rules posted in my classroom as pictures because I knew that brand new kindergartners coming in could barely read their name, let alone a poster explaining what all the rules are. When I inherited this classroom, the previous art teacher left a lot of rules posters up, but I still wanted to do mine as pictures because everyone can read a picture. If you've ever seen the instructions of an airplane, you'll notice that they're drawn in pictures and not in words, because airplanes travel internationally, all over the world. And all the people in an airplane probably speak a variety of different languages, but everyone can read a graphic. Everyone can read a picture. It's the most effective way to go over my rules. My rules in middle school are a little bit different than they were in elementary school. There's more of them, and I've got them posted everywhere. They are on this side of the room, they are on this side of the room, and they're cycling on my board right here every 5 seconds. There's 5. That's another rule. I'm going to talk about them right now. In fact, I've made this handy dandy coloring sheet that will be available to you whenever you have a substitute teacher. So don't ask me, can I color the rules sheet now? No, you can color the rules sheet when you have a sub. It took me a long time to draw. It should take you a long time to color. The first rule of middle school is I expect you to come in and sit at your assigned seat. These kids walking in right now, I didn't draw details on them. You can feel free to draw details when you color it. These kids are going straight to their assigned seat, ready to learn. The wrong way to do it is with this big X on it. These kids are running in, asking me if they can use the restroom, throwing a paper airplane, talking to their friends, not going straight to their assigned seat. They are not ready to learn. You're not supposed to do that. That's why it has a big X on it. The next thing that happens is you need to listen to directions. Some days I talk a lot. Some days I don't talk a lot. Today is a talk a lot day. Whether I'm talking a lot in a class period or not talking a lot, it is your job to be quiet so that everyone in the classroom can listen. These kids are so quiet, I didn't even draw their mouths. These kids with the big X on it are making noise. They might not necessarily be talking, but kids are very inventive when it comes to finding new ways to be disruptive. That's why being disruptive is a big no-no in the art room. Whether it's leaning back in your chair, making your chair squeak, drumming with a pencil, making sick beats with the markers, all of that distracts kids from learning, and that's a big no-no. Food and drink in the art room. You can have a drink in the art room as long as it has a screw-on cap, whether it's a thermos, a water bottle, some kind of plastic sports bottle, a bottle with a flip top. We do not leave it unscrewed. We don't leave it full of ice so it all spills out. I'm definitely not allowing fast food cups in here, whether it's an icy or Starbucks, whether your parents just got you Chick-fil-A before you came to school. Definitely not a canned drink, because once you open those, there's no closing them. Those things will get thrown away. So plan accordingly. That's why those have the big X. You can drink in the art room, but we're definitely not eating. This girl, I drew her chewing gum. That's a big no-no. That's why it has the big X. She's eating yogurt on top of that. This boy is eating a candy bar. I have got super acute hearing after years of teaching. I know exactly what the wrapper of any kind of food or snack sounds like. So don't even try it. If you're not busy doing the art assignment and you take out your laptop, your Chromebook, that's fine. Read a book, do homework in another class, that's fine. Cell phones are a big no-no. That's not a Mr. Penn rule. That's not this school's rule. That is a Leon County-wide rule. Do not let me catch you with your phone out. If I do catch you with it, I will give you a warning to put it away, but multiple warnings, I'm just gonna confiscate it. Kids have a lot of freedom in the art room, and sometimes they take that freedom too far. This picture of Mr. Penn, me, behind my desk, shows you that if it's on my desk, don't touch it without my permission. You're not going to sit in the teacher's chair. You're not going to draw on the board. You're not going to go into my office. All of those things are off limits. That's why those have a big X. An important thing that we spend the majority of our day doing is making art. I've got 4 kids at every table. We're not pulling chairs up to a table. We're not sitting on the floor. We're not squatting next to a table. 4 kids is plenty for you to socialize with. In fact, you're not even in art to socialize. You're here to make art. So 4 kids, 4 chairs at every table. This first kid is working so quietly I didn't even draw his mouth. These 2 girls are sharing the art supplies pleasantly, and this one boy on the end has just got his hands folded. He's just waiting for his turn to pick the supplies he wants to use. However, this has a big X. This boy right here is just throwing his pencil, crayon, marker back into the box. We don't throw anything. If it's an eraser, who knows where it'll bounce. We don't throw pencils, we don't throw erasers, we don't throw balled up paper towels, we don't ball up paper and shoot it across the room. Let's make this easy for you. Don't throw anything in the art room, ever. This little girl drew on this girl's paper, that's a big no-no, and this girl didn't keep her hands to herself, also not cool. And this boy is not sharing the supplies, he's hogging all of the supplies. At the end of class in elementary school, I would line you up and escort you back to your classroom. We don't do that in middle school. However, you will wait for the bell to ring. You will wait for me to tell you to line up at the door. We are not running. We do not push. We do not chase. All of you have backpacks that stick out 2 feet. Kids turn around and bump things off my desk. Kids knock into each other. It's probably best if we just stay in our seats till the bell rings, but I don't always do that. This girl in the middle is yelling at the whole class to be quiet. She thinks she's being my favorite kid. She's not. She's being my least favorite kid. I like art because it's a quiet hobby. Kids that make art loud, you're my least favorite. This girl right here is talking, probably while Mr. Penn is giving the final cleanup directions, and this little girl's on her phone. A big no-no, we've already talked about that. When you come into art, you are going to be respectful of the speaker, respectful of each other, respectful of the art materials, and you are also going to be respectful of our time. You come in here every day and we do about a project a week. It's due at the end of the week. Sometimes that's Thursday, sometimes that's Friday. Do not waste your time or my time not working on your art assignment. Now, some of you might be wondering, what are the consequences? Well, I have this right here, the behavior log. The last art teacher left these here, but they're color-coded by period. In fact, this one's my favorite. Mr. Penn forgets a lot. You'll probably forget, but the behavior log does not forget. And I might not even tell you I'm putting something in the behavior log, but I might just put the dates and what happened, what rules you were breaking. If I write enough entries in the behavior log, I will go into focus and write a referral for a minor infraction. That really means nothing. It doesn't mean you're in serious trouble. It's really easy to do. All I got to do is click your name and click on the drop-down menu and just write down what the minor infraction was. But I will say these minor infractions add up. And when administration is looking to decide how long should this kid be suspended, they will look at the minor infractions. And if you've got minor infractions in other classes and you have minor infractions in art, they're gonna say, ooh, this kid needs 3, 4, 5 days out. I don't know. I don't like writing those, which is why I'm telling you guys the rules right now, so we'll have a nice, easy, smooth sailing year. I do wanna talk to you guys real quick about my grading policy. My grading policy in elementary school was really easy. We worked on a 5-point scale. 5 points was for an A, 4 points was for a B, 3 points was for a C, a D was 2 points, and an F was 1 point. But in middle school, we gotta stick with these. You guys get graded A through F on a 0 through 100 point scale. One of the benefits of being an art teacher and not teaching a subject like math is that art is subjective. So I'm not really grading you on how pretty or how ugly your artwork is. I'm grading on whether you follow directions. An A is for the student that follows all instructions or does more with great craftsmanship. Great craftsmanship means you tried your personal best and it's not sloppy. A B is for the student that follows most instructions with good craftsmanship. Most means you almost did everything that I wanted you to do. A C is for the student that follows some instructions with good craftsmanship. Good also means it's not sloppy. It's not bad craftsmanship. Why do kids only follow some? Well, they're talking to their friends a lot instead of doing their assignment. They are wasting time going to the clinic. They are wasting time going to the restroom. They are wasting time at the pencil sharpener, sharpening a whole bunch of one color, yellow, when all they need is one. Some means at the end of the week, you didn't get all of the assignment done, but at least you started it. And the part you did start looks good. A D is for the student that does little work, poor effort. I think we all know what a D looks like. And an F is for the student that does no work. Now that you know my rules,
it's time to make some art.